Welcome to this week's episode of the Pull List Examiner. This is my weekly video where I take a look at my top 3 choices that I'm looking forward to reading when it comes to New Comic Book Day. New Comic Book Day this week is going to be November 2nd, 2022, and it is a pretty big week on the pull list. If you take a look at the pull list, which is found in the description of the video below, you'll see that there are a bunch of titles from both DC and Marvel, and I have a few independents thrown in as well. So let's take a look at the top 3 choices that I'm looking forward to reading this week. Coming in at number 3 this week is going to be Secret Invasion, issue number 1. And as you can see, the cover I'm choosing to pick is the Dell-Otto cover, which is one of the reasons I'm picking up this series, but also it's a short mini series and I can't tell exactly yet if it's tied to current Marvel continuity. The description makes it sound like it may be a offshoot, loosely connected to the cinematic MCU. Not exactly sure. Find out once I read it this week, but I have been looking forward to every movie that's come out from Marvel and the TV shows on Disney Plus, and this is another one. We are going to get Nick Fury showing up again in the Secret Invasion, eventually released by Marvel Studios. So I'm assuming that's what this title is for, is to try and kind of lead up to or hype that series that we'll be seeing soon. But either way, I'm looking forward to reading it this week. Coming in at number 2 this week is going to be Night of the Ghoul, issue number 2. This is a story by Scott Snyder, and I actually picked up the first issue thinking it was a one-shot, and it wasn't. It's a series, and he hooked me with that first issue. Honestly, the horror genre of comics is not something I'm usually interested in, but this was a really cool story where a father-son are searching for this old movie person who has disappeared, and they found him in a senior housing complex, and they're trying to find out more about this unusual and strange movie he made around the turn like of World War II time frame. So I just think it's a pretty cool story, and I will be looking forward to reading it this week. And coming in at number 1 this week is going to be Savage Avengers, issue number 7. Look at that. I have 2 Marvel titles in my top 3 this week. That's probably a first in a long while. But seriously, this title, Savage Avengers, has been one of the most consistently fun titles to read for the last couple years. The previous one was probably more fun because this current run of Savage Avengers with the new author is a lot more serious. It's a serious take, but you have Deathlock, who's traveled into the future, and now there's this time continuum type thing going on where they're trying to eliminate the threat that's going on. I don't want to give too much away here, but what's interesting is they got flung into the 2099 era of Marvel Comics. So we're actually hearkening back to those 2099 series, and in the last issue we got to see Punisher 2099 show up, and it looks like he will be back this issue. But either way, this really is a good title. I highly recommend checking out the Savage Avenger titles if you are looking for something fun to read. Thanks again for watching the Pull List Examiner. I don't have any titles that I'm dropping from my pull list this week, but you can see I do have a very large pull list this week, so check it out in the description of the video below, and if you have any recommendations for me, drop them in the comments below. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time on the Pull List Examiner, and remember to read them, bag them, and board them. Have a good one.